Welcome to the Friendly Frequencies podcast. I am your host, Carmen McLeod, and I want to talk to you about all things spirituality and personal development, because these are the things that light up my soul and have completely changed my life and made me into the person that I am. I want to bring you along my journey through self-discovery as I travel the world and expand my consciousness. So if you're interested in topics such as the mind, the soul, and the universe, and you want to continue to evolve into your soul's purpose and become the best version of you, then you are in the right place. Thank you for being here. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the Friendly Frequencies podcast. I am really excited to be coming to you live this is the first time I'm coming to you live, I believe. I have you on my TikTok here. So anybody that's listening to this through my TikTok you guys can also go, and if you ever want to re-listen, it'll be on Spotify and everywhere else that you find podcasts. But yeah, I'm live right now, and so so I'm just going to be focusing on the podcast. The live is just going to be going, and we'll see how it goes. So I got eyes watching me and ears listening to me now at the same time, which is kind of interesting. So for those of you who don't know, I'm in the Philippines right now. I'm in the Philippines. I'm working as an artist. I trade murals for accommodation and food. So I actually just also traded a few murals I painted for somebody, and in return she gave me her motorbike for 2 weeks. So I have transportation. So I'm doing all of the trading. It's like a big fun game that my life is right now. And what I'm doing also, a lot of what I'm doing actually right now is I'm in a leadership training. I'm in a course. It's a few months. It's about 4 months or so. And we've been working a lot around the idea of our vision. And I mean, this is speaking my language, because I've been raised in a family that does speak a lot about vision, being clear about what you want out of your life. And my mom especially, her and I make visions with each other a lot. We get clear about what it is that we want. What do we want to get out of the next chapter of our life? What do we want from this? It can be something as small as creating a vision for just one meeting you're going to have with somebody. Or it can be huge, like, what's your vision for your life, your entire life? What impact do you want to make on the world? And that's what I want to talk to you about today. So when it comes to vision, that's what I'm talking about. When I ask, and anybody in my life is going to know that I have already asked, or I'm going to ask, what is the vision for your life? And I'm going to ask everybody I meet. I ask kind of everybody this at this point. What is the vision for your life? And by that I mean, what do you want and why do you want it? Who do you want to be? What are the ways of being that you want to embody? And I have talked about this in the podcast. So those of you who are my super fans who have listened to all the episodes, you kind of have already heard this maybe, but it's going to come from maybe a new place, because the last time I've talked about vision on my podcast was in a different place of the course. And I'm in a completely different mindset, a different frame of reference this is all coming from, because I'm in such a different area of my life. It feels like so much growth has come through this podcast, and it's just been did I say podcast? So much growth has come through this course and the podcast, obviously, but through this course, and it's so much shoved into these few months that from month to month I am honestly so different and transformed. And so the place that I'm coming from now is going to be different than it came from when about a month ago I talked about vision. And I didn't dedicate the entire episode to it. It was I gave you a long episode explaining my breakthroughs around the course, and I've done a few of these episodes because it's been insane. The things that I have manifested through this course. It's not a manifestation course, you guys, but I am kind of a manifesting magician. Like, I'm a manifesting queen. I attract things. I just do. And so making that with, like, having that going with the course that I'm doing has just heightened that so much for me. So anyway, but what I want to talk about is vision, okay? Because I talked a lot about this course. Some of you have a bit of an idea of what it's about. Some of you have no idea what I'm talking about. Some of you have never had a vision or never talked about a vision before. Like, a lot of the time I ask somebody, what's your vision for your life? And they're like, what the hell are you talking about? I don't even know what that means. So I'm going to try and make it as simple as possible. I'm going to try and simplify it because I know a lot of people don't just talk about this kind of stuff very often. But yeah, like I said, if you can have, be, or do anything in the world, what would that be? And so if you can, so it's like, what do you want? Why do you want it? And that's your vision. Who do you want to be, first of all? It's not just a goal, right? Because the goals come through your vision. In order to create your vision of your life, the goals are going to be your stepping stones to achieving this vision. And the vision it's often something that you just end up embodying, and it's not so much like, okay, I've achieved it, check, now we're done. Your vision is also ever changing, and you can edit it, and it's going to change all the time. My vision changes a lot. And so I'm just going to tell you the vision for my life to give you kind of an idea. And I have it memorized because like I said, for this course, lots of vision talk. So my vision is, I am a transcendent, powerful, generous leader. That's my vision for my life. And, I'm confusing this with something else. That's a different thing. That's more of like my power statement for myself, so I'm getting this confused. My vision for my life: I am a generous leader traveling and changing the world with my vibration of love. So that's my vision. And I keep it quite general like that. See, if you're setting a goal, then you're going to be more along the lines of the SMART goals. And when I say SMART goals, it's like, specific, achievable, measurable, time bound. Like, there's rules to setting goals kind of in order to know when you've achieved it. But when it comes to the vision, you don't need to keep it, pardon the rooster, but when you're setting your vision, it's not going to be so specific, because you need to know what you want and why you want it, but you don't need to know how you're going to get there at all, because you have no idea how you're going to get there. So I'll give you an example of this. We did an exercise in the course it was a visualization exercise about visualizing the perfect day. For me, my perfect day took place in Greece. Well, okay, it took place in a few different places in the world, but it kind of like, I woke up in this place, and then I'm like, oh, now I'm in this place, because I want to travel everywhere. But I ended up in Greece, and that's where the rest of my day took place. And so the rest of my day was in Greece, and I don't need to explain the whole perfect day because it's a little bit irrelevant, but the point is, I was in Greece, okay? 2 days later, I met somebody who, at the resort that I was working at, a tour group came through, and I met this guy who said that I would be perfect for a job with him as the tour guide. He said, we need people, you'd be great for it, and we need somebody to run a tour in Greece. And I was like, I didn't even think about it at the moment, about how I had just created that vision of my perfect day 2 days before in Greece. So I essentially just completely manifested Greece into my life. And I know some of you have heard this already on a previous episode. But that's just the example of, one, getting clear on what you want and not being clear on how you're going to get there. Because because also I had set my vision, before this, maybe a week or two before, I had come up with a clear vision, which was what I had said. I am a generous leader traveling and changing the world with my vibration of love. Now, when I set this goal, I had in mind my podcast and public speaking. I don't do public speaking yet. That's a kind of a later goal at some point. Right now, the podcast is my biggest passion project. And that's what I was thinking about. I want to podcast. I want to travel the world, podcast my experience. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So in a way, I'm living my vision already, but I still have lots that I want it to be at a bigger scale. But to bring this together, I set the vision of, this is the vision for my life, thinking that it was going to be, I thought it would look a certain way, like traveling the world and public speaking and podcasting. And then all of a sudden, a few moments later, I'm offered a job as a tour guide. And in this way, what would I be doing? I'd be traveling and changing the world with my vibration of love in a different way. So I was open to, though I had this picture in my mind of what I would be doing, I was still open to any other way that would look. So I just want to change the world. I'm not picky on how I do it. I'm not gonna set, I have to do it this way. I have to talk about these things. I'm just gonna essentially be myself and just keep being authentic and just keep speaking my truth and doing whatever feels right in the moment. And that itself is changing the world. So then, so the power of setting your vision is just, it is so powerful because it's a declaration. You're declaring to the universe. You're declaring to yourself that this is what I want in life. And that's the first step. It's the first step to manifesting. It's the first step to goal setting. The first step to success. The first step to all of this is just being clear on what do you actually want. And once you are clear on what you want, the universe is going to conspire in your favor to bring it to you. And so that's why that is what's so powerful about this vision. So about creating a vision for yourself, for your life. So I encourage you to work with me right now and create a vision for yourself. And if you have one already, for the people on live, please put that in the chat. What's the vision for your life? Because, maybe the others can read it. I'm not going to read it because it distracts me from what I'm doing, but I'll read it when I'm done later. And for those of you who don't have one, I encourage you to make one. So I would love to, I can prompt you to find different ways of creating this vision for yourself. And I just want you to watch your life change. As soon as you are clear about what it is that you want, your life is going to change and everything is going to conspire in your favor. And you're going to notice things are going to be, opportunities are going to come to you. Things are going to just flow in when you are clear about what it is that you want. And what ways of being you want to be. Who do you want to be? It's much deeper than what tangible items do you want. It's more, what life do you want to be living? What impact do you want to make on the world? What is your legacy that you want to leave behind? This is the big picture things that we're thinking about right now. So yeah, have, be, do anything. If you can have, be, do anything, and you can, it's not if, okay? Because you can have, be, or do anything, what are you declaring for yourself? So, you can start off by what I would recommend is, after you're done listening to this, is to just go and brain dump everything that's coming to your mind on a piece of paper about answering all of these questions, but honestly just kind of brain dumping anything that's coming to your mind right now. Think about if you can wave a magic wand and anything come true, any wish come true, what would that be? And just write it down. Don't think, don't even punctuate anything, just kind of let it all flow out. Answer all of these prompts and